Hello there and welcome back once again to some more Grand Theft Auto 3. Today we're continuing on with Let's Play. This is episode 2, and in today's episode we're going to be taking a look at Luigi's missions. So, you might notice this sort of starting area, our safe house now looks completely different to what it did in the last episode. Of course, as I mentioned in that episode, I've gone ahead and done quite a few bits. Most of the odd jobs that I could do have been done. So that explains the money and also why we have all those weapons and so on and so forth. So there you go, that's that explained. I will be showing that off later on in this Let's Play. I'm doing this out of order. I'm doing the odd jobs first and then I'm doing the main missions on my end, but for your end I'm doing the main missions and then the odd jobs. Also, I have unlimited sprint, which is why I'm going to sprint round to Luigi's. So of course, Luigi at Sex Club 7. It's where we take Luigi's missions. All of them are down this alleyway. Let's go ahead and see the cutscene.
Luigi said to give you this, so here, take it.
There's a new high on the street. Goes by the name of Spank. Some wise guy's been introducing this trash to my girls down Portland Harbor. Go and introduce a bat to his face. Then take his car, respray it. I want compensation for this insult.
I love the way they say, I want compensation for that insult. It's great. Anyways, of course, the bat is what we are supposed to beat this guy over the head with, but that's not the way I would recommend you doing this particularly, because there is, well, an easier way and it involves a car. So we've got to go down to Portland Docks, sort this guy out, take his car, respray it, and put it in a garage. Pretty simple stuff. Of course, the first few missions of this game are sort of trying to get you introduced to the mechanics of Liberty, although it's interesting that the second mission in the game wants you to kill someone, which is interesting. Also, I apologise for any of the stuttering. Again, I'm using the PlayStation 4 to play this, and apparently this game was sort of stuttering on PS2 already, and no one really noticed it. But the PS4 version does seem to have a couple of issues with stuttering. It goes away sometimes depending on how long you play it for, so there you go. Anyways, he doesn't mind if we run over his girls, which is interesting. So anyways, we will do that, and we steal his stallion. So let's get out of here and go to the pay and spray. So this introduces a pretty vital mechanic into the game, the whole pay and spray system. Pay and spray is basically if you're in a vehicle and you have a wanted level, or your car's excessively damaged, or whatever the case may be, you can head over to the pay and spray, get your car resprayed, and it will shake off any wanted level that you have, provided you don't commit any crimes while it's flashing. I'm sure you'll see that aspect of it later on, as well as a few other little bits. So there you go, lose your wanted level, repair and respray your vehicle. Cost is usually $1,000, but this time it's free. So there we go, we got our stallion in this lovely blue colour with the cream top. Not a huge fan of the stallion, gotta be honest. It's one of the quicker cars in the game, but in terms of handling it is completely naff. So you definitely have to watch the tail end on this one. It's quite floaty. It drives like a muscle car, really. Also, it's worth noting that unlike quite a few missions in the GTA series that have this sort of theme, you are allowed to damage the car in this one. You can pretty much give the car to him destroyed and you'll be absolutely fine. And that's the mission. We get $4,000 and we will head over once again to get some more work with Luigi. We'll steal another stallion, I guess. I'd prefer a different car, but you know, gotta make do with what we've got. You can sort of see it's, yeah, it's very sort of understeery, not great. A lot of stuttering through there. We have got a wanted level. I'll shake that off in a bit. Oh, never mind, it's going to go away normally. Let's go for Drive Misty for me.
On a combo, what am I gonna do? Hey, I gotta talk to you. All right, Mick, I'll talk to you later. How you doing, kid? The Don's son, Joey Leone. He wants some action from his regular girl, Misty. Go pick her up at Hepburn Heights, but watch yourself. That's Diablo turf. Then run her over to his garage in Trenton and make it quick. Joey ain't the kind you keep waiting. Remember, this is your foot in the door. So keep your eyes on the road and off Misty.
Because the most important thing is not to sexually assault hookers. Anyways, we've got to go get a vehicle, pick up Misty, and take her to Don's son, Joey. This introduces the Joey aspect missions. So that is something that we'll do in a later episode. I think it's the next one in my list. Sound the horn and pick her up out of her apartment building. Unfortunately, she takes literally forever to get to the car. Yes, 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 we get the point. So green and purple do not work well together.
It's about time you got a driver we can trust.
So take Misty to Joey's. Let's go over there. Again, he is based out of the docks. So the game tries to introduce you quite quickly to the docks. It's actually where a good majority of these sort of first missions take place. As the game goes on, it'll introduce you to Chinatown. More Chinatown. Chinatown's basically where you spend the bulk of your time in Portland. Sort of the docks and Chinatown are the two main areas of the game in which conflict takes place. And also, the St. Mark's is the Mafia area. So anyways, Joey has a garage where he does auto paintings and insurance repairs, apparently.
Joey! Am I gonna get splayed with your big ends again?
I'll be with you in a minute, Sparkplug. Hey, I'm Joey. Luigi said you were reliable, so come back later. There might be some work for you. All right?
Pretty simple way of doing it, and $1,000. So, from this we have unlocked both Joey's missions, and you might hear a payphone ringing over there. That is a certain other character that we will get to very, very soon indeed. Again, I'm not sure if I'm doing Joey's missions first, or the inquiring about who's on the other end of that payphone, but nevertheless, we will continue on with Luigi's missions, because they are still open to us. And we may as well continue. This is the way I'm doing each segment, by the way. I'm going to do one character's missions in each segment. Although occasionally there's some missions that you have to pass other missions to get to. But there's only one instance of that in this game, so, or at least according to my research, so there you go. Anyways, Pump Action Pimp.
Some Diablo scumbag has been pimping his scuzzy bitches in my backyard. Go and take care of things for me. If you need a piece, go around back of Ammunition opposite the subway.
So, this introduces Ammunition, and there's the pimp. So, there you go, that's apparently who we've got to knock off today. So, Ammunition is the gun store in the game. It's where you can buy firearms, but in this particular mission, if you go around the back, you can get a free pistol. So, that's what I'll show off quickly. So, as I said, you can go into the gun store. Neither of the weapons is available for sale yet, but if you go around back here, there is a pistol, there's a couple of targets here, which you can actually aim at, so there you go, which is interesting. But anyways, I'm not going to be using the pistol for this one, because the pistol, basically what you'd have to do is, this kind of introduces you to the vigilante missions in a way. Essentially the way you're supposed to do this mission is ram the guy, make him stop, and then get out of his car. The way I'm going to deal with it is this. And there we go. What weapon did he have? Ooh, he has a shotgun. So that's another reason why I was avoiding doing it the legit way. The shotgun is lethal to cars. And there's the pistol introduced. I believe that's the first time you've heard the pager as well. So there you go. That's how you get your messages in the game. No cell phones for this guy. It's all about the hyper-modern pager. Anyways, the final mission for Luigi is the fuzzball.
The policeman's ball is being held at the old school hall near the Callahan Bridge, and they'll be looking for some old school action. Now, I got girls all over town walking the street. Get them to the ball. They'll make a bundle. Get as many of them as you can before the cops drink away their green.
So, there we go. We've got to get ourselves a car and get ourselves the girls to the fuzzball. The easiest way to do this is, of course, by the use of a four-door motor vehicle, and the taxi is a pretty good option for this. The taxi is a relatively good all-rounder. Other options would be stuff like the Kuruma. I would probably say avoid the Perennial. It's not a massively quick car. This isn't a massively difficult mission per se, but if you do end up getting... you get a bonus for how many girls you get to the policeman's thing. I believe there is 8 girls total, and you need 4 of them to pass the mission. And the mission will basically continue until the timer has run out. So you can see there, it's 4 minutes. For some reason, this girl is watching the car crusher go by. Car crusher, once again, something I'll introduce you to later. I might be spoiling a few bits and bobs, but this game is, you know, 18 years old, so... if it's spoilers for you, I apologise, but at the same time, this stuff has been pretty readily available. I'm not spoiling any major story beats, per se. It's more just a case of ruining where locations and various stuff takes place. So anyways, the car is full now. That's another reason I like the taxi. It is front-wheel drive, so you can do cool stuff with it. I believe the police car does not work for this. If you do have a police car, though, that is a really very, very good choice. The police car is one of the quicker cars in the game, and it offers good handling. Of course, you can make the mistake of writing it off, but nevertheless, it's not a bad one. So there we go, we've dropped 3 girls off, so we need only 1 more to pass the mission, but we will go ahead and pick up another 3. I'll start with this one in Chinatown. Maybe I should have got this one on the way back if my paramedic training has taught me anything, but, you know. Oh well. Wrap a car around a lamppost, or about as well as you can wrap cars around lampposts in this game. Try not to kill anyone. Try not to kill anyone again, driving through this Triad factory. And we will do a spinneroonie to pick up this girl who is in St. Mark's, I believe, as the train goes overhead. But yeah, it's not too difficult to pick up all of the girls required to get the bonus in this mission. And if you are struggling for money, it is a good idea. Of course, as you can see, we're not particularly struggling for money at the moment, but that's only because of the way I've played through this game. If you're just playing through a normal LP, you don't particularly want to do a 100% walkthrough or anything like that, this is not... well, this is a pretty decent way to earn some money early in the game. Money isn't majorly useful, per se, but it's always nice to have. And there is a couple of missions later on that do require you to have a certain amount of money, so it is worth keeping a look at. I'm also not sure if you fail the mission for running over any of the girls by accident. I wouldn't imagine so, considering they're not all necessary to get mission complete, but nevertheless, it might be something worth bearing in mind. By bearing in mind, I mean don't kill them. Anyways, as we pick up our final girl here, crazy Afro woman, and there we go, that is all 8. Hopefully don't crash and burn on the way back to Chinatown. There we go. This is a pretty good shortcut to learn. Can be tricky sometimes, but on missions like paramedic and stuff, learning the shortcuts is vital. It's why I'd probably recommend doing a couple of taxi missions first off, just to get yourself familiar with the map. And there we go. That is that done, as they walk off into the policeman's thing. Liberty City Department and yeah, I can't speak. Ball thing. Anyways, also quick note is it's worth jumping in this cop car for the extra shotgun ammo. You'll get 5 shotgun ammos, and if you didn't have a shotgun before, you will end up with 1, which is good to do because the shotgun's a good weapon. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching this episode of the GTA 3 LP. I do hope you've enjoyed. Next up, I'm going to be taking a look at the payphone missions in Trenton. I'm going to find out who's ringing. So join us for that. Until then, farewell.
Steps,